Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Live from the Xfinity studio. Good morning. Happy Hall of Fame game. Yes. Happy Thursday to all, baby. First football game is tonight. I don't want to hear, oh, the game stinks. Oh, it's all four stringers. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody misses football, all right? You only get football from the end of August, from August right now, through January. That's it. August, September, October, November, December, January. Half the year. And the regular season is 5 months, right? That's all we get for football. Baseball goes on for 10 months. Basketball goes on for 10 months. Hockey goes on for 10 months. This is why there is a thirst. I'm thirsty for football, all right? This is why we go nuts. So why do you rip it going, oh, it's the Hall of Fame game, man. Listen, watch the game. Enjoy it. It's helmets. Watching helmets clash is joyful, all right? That's joyful. And the whole game tonight is going to be about, hey, let's go look at the NFL and the surprises and what's going on and Jalen Hurts. And it's going to be fun. Like, dive in. It's football, man. It's here. Because I got news for you. You know what the alternative is? Watching the Phillies trying to hit Jake Irvin. All right? That's the alternative. Now, let's get to that. I love them, right? I really do. But they infuriate me. They completely infuriate me. This ridiculous lineup that he trots out there, that the analytics department says to Donnie Baseball, lobotomize Don, right? Completely lobotomized him. I go, yeah, I want the guy who's Arctic cold, all right? Who is basically frozen to lead off. The home run hitter, prone to slumps, to lead off. And the contact guy to back cleanup. Because you know why? I'm smart. I use analytics. I'm smart. That's what this whole nonsense is. And it's nonsense. And there is no argument for it. Every argument I've heard doesn't hold water. It's stupid. And you're trying to outsmart yourself. And what's the result? You can't hit Jake Irvin. That's the result. You can't hit him. Jake Irvin, who you smash. But when you got Schwarber, who's completely ice cold, why are you hitting him first? You want to start out, one out? Like, again, the contact guy, that's top, right? The guy's going to get on base, makes contact on base, bat him up top. The right-handed guy with the speed bats second. The all-around player bats third, and the power hitter bats fourth. Because if one of those guys are on, and the power hitter who's prone to slumps wakes up, all of a sudden it's 2-0 or 3-0. I don't understand it. And if I got to watch Alec Boehm anymore, it's just, even he gets a hit, I was like shocked. Like and everything about him, everything about this team drives me insane. And you saw last night. This is why they're going to be in it because of the pitchers. I'm going to say what I've said all year long. They're in it because of the pitchers, but that's it. And they play bad defense. Well, the Turner made a couple nice plays last night. You got bad defense. You don't do little things around it to help the pitching. when you're built with pitching. There's a reason why the game's been around for like 150 years. You don't try to reinvent it. No, it's not for all the Billy Bean files. He never won. All right, he never won. Big deal. He got to the playoffs. He never won. This is just like I hate it. I hate it. It drives me insane. And meanwhile, you have a bad Nationals team, and you lost the game last night. Like you're fighting for a wild card. Like it's real. It's on. And you're fighting for a wild card. You lost to that team. That team that's gutted. They traded everybody. And by the way, your 2 new bullpen pieces got raked. So we were doing the show, and the trades went down while we were on the air. And Brooks Raley came up. And Corey, I made a face. And Corey goes, "Whoa, what's that? What's that face? You don't like Brooks Raley?" And I go, "No, I mean, I don't like lefties that can't break a window. I never do. I never like them. I never like that archetype. I will grant you that sometimes they're effective, and then sometimes there's last night. And then you got Killian, who just got tattooed last night. So, whatever. I got a lot of worries. A lot of worries. I got a lot of worries about this going on right now. Even the Eagles, I'm a little worried. Just a tad worried about the Birds. You know why? I'm worried about the Rook, and I'm worried about the other Rook. It was funny. One of our great people that part of the show, he's one of the best. I mean, really good. TJ, who is a great sports guy. We talk on X all the time. Was like, dude, I'm worried about Lemon, and I'm worried about Stowers. And I go, dude, I'm with you. You're in my head. I'm worried about him. Now it's early, but he's nicked up. Jalen needs work with him. And then Stowers not getting off the line of scrimmage. I mean, getting locked up in coverage. I mean, I'm a little worried about the tight end spot. I like everything I hear about Mannion. Baldy was with Mannion all day yesterday. Loved him. Like I'm excited about Mannion. I'm worried about the skill people. They got to be able to run the ball. I got worries today. But coming up at 2:00, Jaylen Brown, play the song, baby, because Jaylen Brown's a Sixer. And he will get introduced today during a news conference, which I think is way cool and very excited for. So lots to get into today. Good morning, VG.
What's up, man? What's up? Hey.
Were you down there last night?
I was. The environment was horrible. It was so hot and humid. There was the flags were still, not a breeze going on. It was rough to sit through. No, I left after 9 innings because I had to go home. I did have to go home and do work last night, so I did not go home to beat the traffic. So anyway, if you're looking at this lineup, just say someone hands you a piece of paper that says, all right, we know Schwarber's got a bad back and he's slumping. And we say, oh, Jake Irvin's pitching. So Schwarber is hitting 143 lifetime versus Jake Irvin, and he's slumping. Arise hits 286 versus the kid. Why would Arise not be leading off in that situation? Why?
Dude, I don't care what
it makes no sense.
I don't care what the lifetime numbers are.
I'm just saying, whatever numbers they're looking at analytically, how does this make sense to have?
Because they run the lineup. Probably they run 10,000 sims with their lineup.
Oh, great!
And they go, all right. With Schwarber leading off, we are projected to score 5.6 runs or 4.8 runs. With Arise leading off, we're projected to score 4.3 runs. With Arise in the 4 spot, 4.6. So let's go with 4.6. Because we ran the Sims 10,000 times.
Right.
And this is what The Sims said.
The Sims don't understand about slumps and bad backs.
No.
No.
The
Sims don't understand about the home run derby curse.
Right.
No, they don't
Which,
get it.
by the way, is very real, man. Jordan Walker, same thing. You go through the guys in the derby.
Yeah.
None of them are hitting right now. Look what happened to Cal Raleigh, by the way, after last year.
Well, last year was kind of the anomaly. When you go back and look, it's like, oh, that was the blip on the screen last year.
I know.
It's back there on the reality.
But like you look around at the home run derby.
Yeah.
You know, the only one who's impervious to it is Caminero.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hit one yesterday. But
how do they put up nothing against Jake Irvin? And
they own that guy.
Terrible year. Yeah, they own him. He's got an ERA like 5.5 or something. Didn't look great. It's not like he had awesome command last night and was blowing people away or anything. Just like this was so frustrating about this team. That's a game. Yeah, the Nats put up a lot of runs. It's a different lineup without Woods in it. They're thinned out a little bit. Abrams still good, but that's a game with Jake Irvin on the mound. You gotta win that.
Gotta win that.
Gotta
win that game.
Just and Painter, he looked good. I hope it's a hamstring maybe, but before. He showed more confidence in his fastball. He had a couple 3-2 counts. He put him away with a fastball, 4-seamer, like 96 to 98. Yeah, changeup was wild. It was all over the place. It went from 94 to 80, 86, I think.
I mean, like the fastball is still not what it needs to be, and he's still not throwing it with the propensity that he needs to. But again, if you get that changeup rolling, then. You know,
but he did have it. He had the one. I think it was the second inning because I texted Corey. I was like, 3-2 count. He put him away with a 4-seamer. I was like, all right.
Who was it?
I forget who it was. It was second inning, so it can't be bottom of the order. But yeah, I mean, probably just the fact that he's got confidence with it, that he's throwing it in a 3-2 count. Yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, we're making progress.
Yeah. Until that fastball gets to the velocity that it needs to be, I'm going to worry. Now, again, we said yesterday about him during the Phillies show, Corey and I, that, you know, you're going to have to rely on. You got to master a changeup. And I thought last night he pitched 3 to 4 innings. It's a shame he had the hamstring, but it's not an arm problem, so that's good.
Right. Thank God.
That's the only thing. That's good. Yeah. Because God forbid if he's out for any time, you're back to bullpen. Ron Hell.
You got that guy that everybody wants.
Yeah, Ron Hell.
So you just dust him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be good.
Ron Hell. Okay. They just infuriate me.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the problem of this team. They're so frustrating.
Is there another team? Like, here's the thing. Go for the teams. The Sixers, up until 45 days ago, completely annoyed you, and like they drove you insane with all the moves and the mismanagement. Now, I don't want to jump the gun, but like I told you a little while ago about Gansey, that I was liking Gansey, and he's did nothing but be like the toast of the town. Now,
so you saw his press conference, like, this guy's cool.
Well, he knows basketball.
He's got
right,
it.
like he knows the game, right? Yesterday, in fact, our buddy Kevin Gandhi was here. He was looking for a place to set up to interview Gansey. So if you remember, we took him to Angelo's, and so he went going over there. I got him set up over there, and he interviewed him, and it's going to run tonight.
Yeah,
6:00
should be good today, and like on, I think there'll be an extended version on the NBA show too.
Yeah, which is great, which is cool. But here's the thing: up until you get a guy in charge, right? The Phils. They just drive you insane.
That's the thing. That's the last.
They go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, and I think going into the season, it was the fatigue that people have had with that. People are just like, all right, let's wait. Let's get to October, see if anything changes this time around. And they're just they look great, and then they're just too streaky. And I know you say it's baseball, but
that is baseball.
Their consistency is.
Well, you know why? They are, even for baseball, they're inconsistent.
Yeah.
But the reason why they're inconsistent is because they have a flaw in their foundation. you got three studs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play defense, and they can't play small ball.
Right.
Right? So that's going to be, you're going to see that the three starters win despite the way they're built. Right? So they're going to have games where they lights out and they're going to look great. And then there'll be games where, because they have two power guys, that all of a sudden when they're hot, they look great.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's last night.
Right.
But you can't lose that game last night.
Cold, you got to surround them with just some small ball guys that are consistent. Stott's just not consistent. Marsh is not consistent. So you get your boppers are going to be inconsistent, but you got to surround them with consistently average guys at least. Get on base 260 with the regular.
Yeah.
And they don't have that. Exxon 2525 questions. Ant wants Arctic Cold Schwarber batting cleanup. Cleanup's not the position it was like back in the day when we were like cleanups. I don't know. We've had Alec Bohm batting cleanup. Yeah, I'll take Cold Schwarber over Alec Bohm.
So his point is what? You rather have him lead off?
He's like, right, exactly. You want Alex Cold dude leading off.
You want him to lead.
Maybe we're all agreeing. Maybe you bet 6 right now.
Well, you're not going to move Kyle Schwarber to 6.
Oh, that's
right?
being sarcastic.
Right? I know. But to who is it?
Exxon 2525.
So X. Think about it, right? Again, go back to the run production. Like the one thing he does is he produces runs. Like he can hit a fly ball, right? A fly ball leading off gets you nothing. But a fly ball with a runner on third, maybe it's a sacrifice fly.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. That's why the game is the game. And that's why it was played. And if you need to look any further, the hottest team in baseball is the Red Sox. I got to make the point one more time, because when I hear all this nonsense about, going at it backwards with a rise hitting cleanup, I go, well, look at Boston. Here's what Boston has. They have two guys, Siegler and Sogard, right? They're contact guys. They don't hit for power. They lead off. Batting second is a contact guy with a little pop, Rafaela. Batting third is a great power guy. He's their Harper, is Abreu. And batting fourth is their Schwarber, Wilson Contreras. That's how they build that's their lineup. That offense puts up runs. In fact, they thought that they were done. And they won, you saw how hot they were. They won whatever it was, 18 in a row, 16 in a row. And they rake. So much so they went and got pitching because they rake. That's how you build a lineup in baseball. You will never convince me that batting Luis Arraez 4 is smart. I know the arguments. I know what Sealski said to me yesterday. I love Mike, but I completely disagree. I don't believe in it. I don't see it, and it's nonsense. And people act like, well, it's a smart thing to do. It's not. And just because you're doing something different doesn't mean it's more effective and that it'll work. It's not smart. It makes little sense to me.
I'm getting confused. We have dueling Randys. I mean, we have Randy 3923 and Randy 69420. So if I get these confused, what I'm saying, one of the Randys is rebutting, saying, yeah, but we don't have Boston's roster. Boston is more balanced.
I'm talking about the top 4. The top 4 are exactly the same. We're talking about configuration, Randy, of the top 4 hitters in the lineup. Trust me, I watch this stuff. In fact, Arraez and either Sogard or Siegler are similar. In fact, Arraez is better. Turner versus Rafaela, same thing. Harper and Abreu, they're the profile the same way. Contreras and Schwarber are the same guy. That's how forget about 5 through 8. All right? How you configure the first 4 is what it is. And go into Crawford at 9, who's got speed, lends itself to Arraez at 1. Because if you got the speed guy that steals a base or is on base, then you got to rise at leadoff, can get a knock, you got to run. That's why it's stupid to do it the other way. Stupid. I'll say it again. You know what the one thing, I've been doing this a freaking long time, right? You know what the one thing I've learned through all my years of doing this? The emperor wears no clothes. The only difference between Dave Dombrowski and Randy is the fact that Dave Dombrowski is in a spot that's his job, that he spends all day doing that and on the golf course or wherever else he does.
Sleeps.
That's it.
Lots of sleep.
They really don't know more than you do. They know internally who's got a nick or who's got that, like what players, but they're not some brilliant people. They're not on enough. Trust me, I've been around guys that are very good at it and guys who have no business doing it.
So what if some people were saying, well, the Red Sox have helped, they have a better overall approach at the plate?
It does. Again, I'm talking about the profile of the player. The profile of the players are the same on the top four. The approach is meaningless at the top four. And truthfully, it's the type of player you have. The Phillies' problem rolls with length of the lineup. That's where the Red Sox are better because they have Duran hitting seventh. So their length, they have more length than the Phillies lineup. All right? That's the truth of it. Putting a rise at 4 does not lengthen it. It doesn't solve the bone problem. In fact, it probably exacerbates the bone problem because if he gets a single, we agree the home run last night is an anomaly from a rise. If he gets a single, there's more of a chance the bone will hit into a double play. Hitting at 5. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, you just say I was down there watching. Me and my buddy were watching him run last night. Boom. He looked so awkward just going to second. He didn't even round second.
You want the pitch run for him.
He kind of should have rounded second a little. Like, he just doesn't look athletic. Yeah, we were like, well, we were making a bet. We bet $3. We're like, if there's a single, there's no. I bet that he would score. My buddy's like, there's no way he scored. He did end up scoring, but he looks so slow.
I know you want to pitch run. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I put Stokes out there.
You can't
give him so first base.
He's not that fast, so it's not like
Sosa.
Yeah,
Well,
he's not that fast.
I mean, 9 out of 10 times he's faster than Bo.
Well, yeah, but it's not like
Burrow might be faster than Bo.
It's not like he's Crawford, right? Like Wally Porty's not like he's Crawford, but I don't know why people feel the need to argue this point because I think it's a point that's just black and white.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just frustrated in general. I'm not in a good place with this team. Down there, going down didn't help. Dude, it was a bizarre night. We got Brooks Raley comes in, rag on.
He stinks.
I don't even know what and then we got Cosgrove came in for the Nats. The guy's throwing 69, 71. You look at the board, it's like 74, 71, 69. How are they not taking this guy yard? I don't understand. This is a bizarre night with the pitchers last night.
Yeah, one of the things, though, is that those guys that throw like that, that's why Dombrowski got him. I get the wisdom of it, but
I mean, it's basically like Jamie Moyer's coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and
you want that coming out of the bullpen.
You're changing it's as a hitter, it's easier to hit 92 than it is to hit 79.
69 came out last night.
Well, whatever, 69.
You got 12 and 13-year-olds throwing 70.
Moss throws 70.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, but again, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
92 is sweet spot. Like 92, that's why Nola is such a bad matchup for lefty power hitters because he's at 92 and
yeah, I saw
that's your explode zone.
I forget what hitter it was. It was a really good hitter. He's like 89 to 93 He's like, that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Once you get above 93, then
No, because now you got to load early,
yeah.
right? And you're way off balance to a breaking pitch, right? So if the guy's throwing 92, I got time to adjust, right? Like, so I could sit and I'm all right because I got hand speed to catch up to 92.
Right.
Right. So I'm not going to get caught. I can be patient because you always hear keep your hands back. That's because 92 you can do that.
69 you're swinging
69
twice.
you're lunging because you're just not used to that. Like when you're getting like that, you're just leaning. That's what happens when you lean.
Yeah.
That's where that comes into play.
Yeah, let me ask you. This should be a gambling point of in park. So Bryce Harper's coming up. I forget maybe 6th inning. I'm like 3rd time through. Live bet Harper home run. Here it goes.
You did, yeah.
Then they pull Jake Irvin. Like that should be a cancel the bet. I should be able to get my money back at that point. When I'm doing a live bet, it's Irvin versus Harper 3rd time around.
Yeah,
I should get my $10 back.
Yeah,
we were frustrated. Me and my buddy were like, that's such a bad beat. We were like laughing. We were like, oh, he's taking him the 3rd time. Because like, he hit one hard to center field. We're like, all right, this time he's got him. Nope, they pulled him.
Dude, you know what's funny is like that makes perfect sense. Like I could see where you're going through.
Yeah, we love the live bet home run.
I could see. Is that what you guys do?
Yeah, anytime Schwarber or Harper, and we think it lines up.
You ever do this? And I don't know. Sometimes it's the weirdest thing in the world because you have a feeling that somebody's going to hit a home run.
Yeah,
and it happens.
The only thing I can
like I do. I like. I'm a nerd, right? So I love deep down. I'm a sports nerd, right? So I play the season-long fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
So I like it, right? Like I check box scores all the time. I like knowing the players. It helps with work.
You do, dude, because I'm amazed. I play fantasy baseball. I'm in it every day, but I can't. You're like, oh, he's the lefty. I can't remember who bets what side. You're on it.
I love it. I love every sport. I love doing it with every sport because I know I enjoy it. I love knowing the other teams, watching the other teams, because I think it gives you perspective. See, the one problem I think we have, but again, it's a matter of time and it's no big deal. But the one problem is we're, as a fan base, and it's like that in every city, you have tunnel vision because you don't watch other teams. Like, you don't watch how they play, who's on their team. You're just completely tunnel vision your own squad.
You don't think it's more so?
So it doesn't give you perspective.
You don't think more so now with all the games that are on TV? It's way easier now than it was.
Yeah, I love it. It's in my, it's great. But I again, if you're a Phillies fan, are you watching the Pirates?
I don't know. If you're just a Phillies fan, probably not. I mean,
like, are you watching?
You play fantasy. I watch any game.
So I have my season-long fantasy team. And if I told you it's not even, there's no money, right? Like,
that's weird,
right? Like, it's not even for money.
Yeah, that's psycho.
I do this ESPN, like I have my team, and I like the idea of it. Like, whether it's
so you're just in like you don't know anyone else in your league. Oh, dude, you gotta get in our league. We get 2 more people.
I don't. Yeah,
you take Jamie's money every year. Jamie. Jamie loves his team after every draft, and he's always bottom 2.
I do 4 teams.
You do 4 baseball teams?
No. 4 sports.
Oh yeah.
Random. I just go into ESPN and do it, and it's my own little fun, right? Because.
Dude, you have friends. People like you. You can get in leagues. I know. It's like a guy with no friends that does this.
No, I know, but it's just like not. I don't know. It's just like it's just my own little quiet thing I do. Right. I like a little,
Yeah. All right.
And I like it, right? Like I've always liked the GM of it.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
Doing and it gives me a excuse to follow the league. And again, it doesn't mean anything. I got I won it last year. On the hockey, right?
Nice.
So you got the stupid, pennant, like trophy. It's dumb, but it's my own little stupid thing. I've been doing fantasy when I was a kid, and I had the idea too. I was so stupid. But when I was a kid, we used to, there was a baseball, and it was out of Utah, and they would mail you the standings every week.
Really?
It was bizarre. Like you found out, like it was like you had to wait for the letter. I used to go to the mailbox as a 12-year-old looking to see if I got my fantasy
standing.
Yeah, it's how nuts it was. Might as well be Pony Express, right? Like when in fact, I used to do one of my favorite fantasy ever.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a whole fantasy show next week with the Geek. Geek's coming back.
Good.
My favorite fantasy is we used to do fantasy basketball. My friends that we grew up together. We had the greatest fantasy basketball league, right? And this was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go to the Palladium and draft. And and we would everybody was into it, right? Like the whole thing. And you would get, every Thursday, they would fax the standings over. And they would fax.
One of your people would fax it out?
So Boo had his law office, right? So the fax would go to Boo's law office. and he would come in with these sheets.
Oh, he had the results. It's like Price Waterhouse with the accounting.
Right.
Comes in with it.
Right. And he would walk in and we'd have, we got beers going, whole thing. And he'd come in and he's like, I got the sheets. And he would do a dramatic reading. All right, in the third place with X amount of leading the categories of steals. And it was funny. And I never won. I would, because I don't know why we did this, but they had, it was a faulty setup, this league, because turnovers were worth as a negative. Like if the fewest turnovers was a category.
Mm-hmm.
And if you won turnovers, like that was equal to points. Like points scored and turnovers.
I kind of like that, man.
Oh, I hated it.
Oh.
Field goal percentage. Like all this stuff, right?
Yeah, because that way you can get some late round picks to get you some solid points.
No, the problem is then the analytics guys, Vinny, right?
AccuVinny? All right.
AccuVinny had his program where he had a team of guys that sucked in real life.
Right.
Like they were horrible.
Right.
Block shots. He'd go after categories like block shots.
Sure.
Right? The guys that don't turn the ball over. Guys that shot 60% from the field.
8 points a game is 60%. Of course you would.
We're 30-point guys, right? Assists, rebounds. Like it should have been weighted where points, rebounds, and assists are worth more than steals. It was stupid.
Gives you a chance for some late round steals.
But it does. Like me and my cousin, we never won. We had the same, and him and I, we had the same type of players.
Yeah.
It was the same type of player.
You have a team of Massimos.
No, but I mean, like in real life, we would have won on the floor.
That's why it's fantasy, bro.
I know, but that's the only thing I don't like about it.
Can we do all this talk? Let's do the college football fantasy. Let's get a league together. We get a couple listeners or viewers, chatters.
Maybe some of the chat.
Yeah, the Yahoo's got the college football this year.
Listen, I'm in. I would do it.
I can't wait to win this.
I would do it.
Getting the Gansey in this and you and Franny.
That's fine. You're going to win.
I'm going to win this.
You're going to win college football. You don't even watch it.
You're afraid. I can see it. I can hear it.
I'm not afraid. I'm in. I'm in. It's one of my favorite things is college football.
I know.
It's I love it. And I love the fact that I don't have a team. Like, I like Penn State, right?
Right, sure.
I like them. I like Notre Dame, right? I like Sark. I know Sark, Texas, right? Like, there's guys around college football I know. Obviously, Matty Rule, right? I root for him, right? Like, all these people. But I just love watching it. I don't know what it is. It's like the pageantry of it, the sport.
The 3.5 hours of it.
Yeah. No, I like the fact that I feel satiated. There's sometimes when I sit to watch when I watch every NFL game, like every standalone game
Mm-hmm.
all day, that I feel, man, all of a sudden it's halftime. This is 45 minutes. Nothing happened. Like in college football, because you stop the clock,
Right.
they changed the rules.
I know. It confuses me all the time with the rule change because I always expect the clock to stop and it just keeps rolling now.
Right? Like it's,
I don't like that. If you go out of bounds, the clock should stop.
Yes.
All levels of football.
And they're just, it's cheap. You lose out on a lot of plays. If you look at a number of plays from a big-time college football, I'm talking top 25 game matchup, right? Versus NFL, the college football, they have way more plays.
Yeah. You got to be missing out on, with the new clock change, you got to miss out on like 15% of the plays, I would think.
Yeah.
We should do like 8 listeners, viewers, and 4 of us with college football.
Listen, I'm down. I'll do whatever.
I'm not great at putting
Ben
these into motion, but yeah, we'll get Ben. Yeah. See if we can make this happen.
Bro will be in. Ben will be in.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see if Franny wants to do it.
Yeah. Franny's got to be in.
Right?
Franny's got to be in. Yeah.
I mean, he's busy.
Not that busy.
No, I mean, I get it. All right, we got to take a quick TO. We'll come back. Speaking of Franny, Films will be with us at 10 o'clock. Brain to go over some NFL futures at 10:30. We got Nugs coming up. Lots of fun Nugs to get to. And I'm curious, chat, are you guys worried? Like, I'm a little worried. Now, again, I'm not panicked, but I'm a little worried about Lemon being nicked and his time to get integrated and getting into a rhythm with Jalen. And then it's why one of the things I'm going to bring up with Franny is I think Wicks is their second leading receiver, or of the receivers. I don't know. If Goddard stays healthy, he should be 2 behind Devontae. It should go Devontae, Goddard, and I think Wicks would be third, because I think his body type, I think it will jive with Hurts. We've already seen a good combination in camp with those two, so I could see that. All right, lots to get to. First, let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. What do we got there, my brother? Phillies tonight, the series finale.
Phillies are minus 315.
Oh, my God. Sanchez on the hill.
Yeah.
Right? Against?
Let me see if they got them up. Miles Mikolas.
Oh! All right. Mikolas, who, by the way, came in and got a pinch, and he had a second place bunt last night. Mikolas is a dude that the Phillies should rake. All right?
We say this every other
No,
day.
I know. Mikolas stinks. He's the right-hander. Phillies scored 10 tonight. All right? They scored 10.
Wow, over-unders 9, so there you go.
They're going to go over themselves. All right? There it is. Trust me. The BetPark Sportsbook online casino app has everything you want. Casino games, football, you name it. BetParks.com is the details. New customers get $500 bonus back and 250 spins on the new Sahara game. You got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about, Xfinity. On our good friends, Jules at Xfinity. By the way, in my house, I don't know about your house, the Wi-Fi is unbelievable, right? I have Xfinity Wi-Fi, but here's the deal. One kid's playing the show. The other kid's playing, what's that game that they made the movie out of? He loves that, Ant. My wife's doing her thing, but the internet's seamless. It's unbelievable. It's intelligent Wi-Fi, fixes problems I don't even know they exist. Trust me. You got to get the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. A lot changes in 5 years, but your Wi-Fi shouldn't. Your price for your Wi-Fi shouldn't. All right? Just stay reliable. The price should stay put. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. All right, let's do some nugs. I'm pumped up for some nugs.
Yeah, some good stuff floating out there.
Because there's a lot. We're in the news cycle. September brings the heavy news cycle. August is the prelude to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always feel like August like a dead time.
Well, no,
Like
because of all the
nothing going on,
football
but I
news.
guess there is football.
Because it can't.
Yeah. We got some camp nugs too coming up.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
All right. I'm curious to see what you.
Well, last night was a big deal. On the radio, the Phillies do that auction every year.
So I heard it.
It's crazy. This guy's like a seasoned pro. I don't know who he is. I think he says he's a teacher.
He's a substitute teacher
who wins an auction
So,
to do a radio
you
inning.
You know what's funny? I listened to it.
Yeah.
All right. The guy. So, like you said, they for the Phillies auction, you could bid on doing an inning of play-by-play with Scott in L.A., right? And they had a guy last night do it. And he had a great voice. He had like an old-time baseball voice. And the 2-2 pitch.
He's been doing it in his house for his whole life.
And he was pretty good. I thought he was
We're like a dude off the street.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
My only criticism was he called Lyle Lilly, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And he needed to be more conversational with Scott.
Well, he's too worried about getting it right.
Yeah, but he was great.
That would come. I mean,
His
time.
voice was spectacular. His voice
Phillies on top 2-1,
spectacular.
and we're pleased to welcome Lewis Kalb from Medford Lakes, New Jersey. He is our Phillies fantastic auction winner. He outbid the competition to spend an inning and do some play-by-play in the booth. And Lewis, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Scott. It's a thrill to be here. It's a lifelong dream to be in the Phillies broadcast booth. So here we go. Painter with the first pitch.
There's no way that's his real
Ortiz,
voice.
It's in
right?
there for
No,
strike
it's
one
not.
call. Phil's with 2 in the bottom of the second to take the lead.
Take the lead.
As we start the top of the third now, Painter delivers. It's bounced foul.
That's good.
Towards
Like,
the
it's
Phillies
good.
dugout. And they count 1-1.
I mean, God bless him. I'm so
Phillies
happy.
winning
for him.
the first 2 games of this series.
He slayed it.
One more.
All right.
He slayed it. That was fantastic. Lewis Cobb.
A couple questions.
And the pitch is outside for a ball.
There's no way you hang out with him and he talks like that. It's like, it's got to be his radio voice.
I'm sure it is.
Right?
I'm sure it's put on a little bit. But it works.
How is he this good? Is he just doing this at his house?
Maybe he had, maybe that was his hobby. Maybe he did some stuff.
And most importantly, and I'm glad to see it, they must be paying substitute teachers okay. And they should be.
So he could bid on
him
that.
to win the auction. Because I know what I'm doing in my world. I can't win any of these damn auctions. So props, because teachers should be paid. Nice work by that guy, Lewis Cobb from Medford Lakes, New Jersey.
He was great. He was great.
Awesome.
Well, Scott, you know what's funny though? Fransky is awesome.
Oh,
all right.
I think he's the best.
He is so good. He's so good. So I actually had to go pick Massimo up at his buddy's house at 7:30, right? Because I was watching the game.
Yeah.
So that's how I stumbled onto the inning, because I watched the game and I went to go pick him up.
Oh, that's great.
And
how serendipitous.
Right. So I hit that thing. So Scott is so fast. He says, because we had those buckets of rain.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Lewis Cobb's talking about, and the buckets of rain coming into the ballpark. And so Scott goes, "You're from Medford Lakes. You got more lakes now?" like just doesn't miss a beat. Like, he's so good. Fransky's the great. And if Fransky, this is how you realize how great Fransky is. He's telling a story. He goes, I went in the back in our office, and I saw Kruk. And he goes, Kruk's standing there, and he's got the refrigerator door open, and he's staring into the fridge, and he's just staring. And I go, "You forgot what you wanted out of there, didn't you?" And Kruk goes, "Oh, yeah, I did, Scott." He goes, "Get an energy drink, dude." Fransky. I love Fransky.
Fransky rules. So this is my own little photo from last night. The rains came down. I was going to stand under shelter to stand along the standing room. You know, they got the little tray. You can hang out and watch the game. And I came across this guy sitting in his seats with a golf umbrella in your seat, dude. Come on.
Dude.
Come on.
Dude, that's...
How do you even get in the ballpark with that? It's a weapon.
Even covering the women, like the angle of it.
People 4 rows, and he's right on the border. He was like right under the start of the shelter.
That's horrible. Where's the usher? Did they tell him?
No. He's hanging out for a while.
What?
Well, by the time we got up to the top, some people were complaining behind him. Maybe the guy with the hat on behind the woman with the tank top.
You can't have a golf umbrella in the ball game.
You have to stand up. I don't think you should have any umbrella, but
how do you get out with
that?
That's right, Jules.
It's too big a stick to walk in the place with.
No, you can't go in with that.
Come on.
That's a violation.
That is a
only
guy who's
redeeming
like,
thing.
come on, man. You can't think of people 3 rows behind
If
you.
he was holding that over like an elderly woman or
Like
child
right
or
down
something,
over
but
his
like
shoulder.
right.
That's like it's not covering the women behind him.
No, exactly.
No.
There's
He's
nothing
gotta have
redeeming
that,
about
like,
that.
right on your
On
head,
you. Yeah.
if anything, but that's ridiculous.
That's a violation, dude. I'm completely with you. Stone violation.
Yeah, if anyone had basketball hoops, the Detroit Pistons, I don't know if you saw this, they're doing their Vince Papale kind of version.
Yes.
200. Did you see the
250.
250 to try out for
250
the
you get to
Pistons
try
G
out.
League.
No, I didn't say it.
He's
I heard the story. I didn't say it.
not great. I don't feel like the Valley can make the G League team. No one really fast.
It's a double team, right?
Yeah, there's turnovers everywhere. They stink.
That's
What
where
a
you go.
waste of $250. These guys.
Motor City selects Hendricks.
Like big boy there, I appreciate the hustle out there.
From
You pay $250 to get a run.
That's a lot. It gives a lot to get it wrong.
No, but on the Pistons floor.
Seems like a lot to me.
I mean, listen. If
It's not that. It's all right. Well,
if
it's
you
at
went
the
like, hey,
practice
you
center.
can play on the Sixers floor.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
people won't pay $200 to do that.
At the arena, yes. Not at the practice. I wouldn't do that at the practice center. I think it's a little much.
No, well, listen, I get it.
I do it at the Palestra.
Well, you get the point.
Yeah,
right?
I-
Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like what if, I don't know. I didn't see that. I'm sure they have their practice gear, right? You get to go home with gear.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what they were wearing. I guess they had to wear like a.
Yeah, uniform.
Spray.
Like they looked, everybody had the same. You know,
Yeah, probably.
So you at least you get that.
All right.
It's not worth 200.
No,
Worth 250.
No, not 250.
Yeah.
More good highlights coming out this week. People are suggesting the Cardinals may go 0-17 after the workouts they've had. So I know we're saying you can't take much out of workouts a couple days in, but these lowlights of the Cardinals are pretty crazy. Look at that clip.
Dude, why is
Look
he
at this, look at this, look at this. Whoops. Whoa, whoa. Here we go. Whoop. Here we go. This is a dandy here. Dude, if this was like 2 or 3 plays, there's been reports coming out that Marvin Harrison's looked crazy in a few days, but this is play after play. Whoops.
Oh my God.
Dude, they look horrible.
Look, the first play though, the quarterback gets smashed. What are we doing?
Here it is.
Why is
right?
it? We're in a
Here it is. Boop.
like, dude, like, what are we doing? Why is he wearing the red jersey? Like the "Don't touch me"
It's
jersey.
like someone greased the ball too. No one can keep hold of the ball in any play.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
That would drive Sirianni nuts. Protection of the ball and turnovers. He would not be had. They'd be running suicides or doing up downs.
Wow, that's scary. Man.
Another highlight is getting the rounds. Colorado, the Buffaloes.
Oh, the Buffalo.
Yeah, people they put out some video and people are noticing something about. Let me see if you notice anything about this highlight. That they're D1 players. Everyone's saying it looks like Pop Warner football.
Dude.
They have the smallest team.
Dude,
they look football.
They look small.
They look like 13-year-olds.
Dude, this is.
If you had told me that's Moss, I'd believe it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Here's where your mind goes. Your mind's like, okay, they're going to stink. Who are they playing week 1 so I can bet against them?
Well, we know today's your day. Hall of Fame game. So a couple of days ago was breaking news who the starting quarterback was. And this is my favorite meme of the week because our man Kenny Pickett was announced as a starter. And when they broke the news, someone...
Oh, my God. That's the greatest.
I didn't even notice it at first.
That is the greatest.
His both hands, his biceps are normal.
Oh, my God. That is spectacular.
Man, I haven't looked at
that is spectacular.
All week.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
A little tiny Nerf ball you like to peg people.
One of those stretch balls.
Oh, my. Look at his fist.
The other hand, great.
Could you imagine if you're Kenny Pickett and that's what you're known as?
Poor guy.
You're known for small hands.
If they should give out, like when they do the ESPYs, they should do greatest sports Photoshop meme of the year. Something fun like that.
That's spectacular. That is absolutely spectacular.
Fox announced the broadcast teams for week 1.
Dude.
Week 1.
Let's go. Let's go.
Who do you think we got?
I can't. I can't.
Week Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi, Washington, Philadelphia. We got Brady week 1.
We get Tom week 1?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Joe Davis, Greg Olson, Pam Oliver. They get Atlanta, Pittsburgh. Adam, is it Amin? Adam Amin, Drew Brees, Christina Pink, Chicago, Carolina. Kenny Alberts teamed up with Vilma again. I don't love him.
I don't like Vilma.
Nah, with Megan Olive. You don't like Kenny Alberts?
Nah.
I'm okay with him.
He's a weak Albert.
He's got Saints Detroit. I would think that'd be their second game.
Saints Detroit?
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Right. That should be the Joe Davis, Greg Olson one. Right? Yeah.
I like Joe Davis.
Bengals, Buccaneers. You get Kevin Kugler, Moose Johnston. And Miami, Vegas, Chris Myers, Mark Schlereth, and Jen Hale.
Chris Myers is terrible.
And your
terrible
rules analysts again this year, Mike Pereira.
I like Mike.
And Dean Blandino.
You like Mike?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't mind Dean.
I don't
mind him.
I like Dean.
Yes.
I got no problem with Dean. I'm a Dean fan.
People hate on him, but I think he's fine.
I still like Mike the best.
Yeah.
Mike's cool.
He's well dressed. Yeah, there's something about his hair.
He's just cool.
Yeah.
He's cool, Mike.
Yeah, he's probably got like a little like bourbon on the rocks next to him you can't see or something. He's got a cool vibe.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Dean, I like Dean.
Yeah, Dean's not cool, but I like him.
No. He's a likable dude. Dean looks like he's he
looks like an actor. Like
but he actually reminds me of somebody like he's a ball breaker. Like he's
you think he would?
Yeah. Like in a good way. Like,
yeah.
Like he strikes me as that. I like him.
All right.
Dude, Fox is so much better than CBS.
Oh, dude, I don't know if we have a bias because we're Fox. I like the theme song better at Fox. I like everything. The pregame show better at Fox. I hate CBS, to be honest with you.
What's their broadcast teams? Can you look at them?
Yeah, I can
look up their broadcast. You know who I just don't like? And listen, he does a good job, but I don't know what it is, and I'm not a fan of his voice. Iron Eagle.
I don't like him in football. I can deal with him in basketball.
I just and again, he's a pro, and God bless him. He's got a son doing it. Like, God bless him, right? Like, he made a great career. He was at WFAN. He was great, and he's a great guy. I just don't like him doing football. He he's too.
I feel like he tries too hard
With
his voice or something.
I don't know what it is. It's just not.
So I do not have updated teams
without Romo, right?
So we're going lead teams Nance, and now J.J. Watt takes over for Romo. So you got Nance, J.J. Watt.
I don't know how J.J. Watt's going to be.
From what I've seen of him, I think he'll be good. He's a likable guy.
Nance is still great.
Yeah. So I guess everyone gets bumped up. So we go Iron Eagle with Trent Green.
I'm out on that.
Kevin Harlan with Charles Davis.
No, I love that.
I like Charles Davis.
I like Kevin Harlan.
All right.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan is fantastic. You ever hear him do play-by-play?
Like football or baseball?
Football. On the radio?
Oh, not on the radio. I don't think.
Right?
Yeah.
So all the driving I do, right? Like I do parks and all. I listen to the game on the way driving back. And the way he calls a game is fascinating because he's at the right hash.
I like when they say that stuff.
He'll give you paints a picture, every detail. A spinning wobbler.
I can hear it. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
as soon as you say it, I'm like, oh, I know that voice.
And there he is. They're wearing their pewter, like Tampa Bay. There's Baker.
It's a real talent when you can paint the picture so that everyone can visualize it.
A circular move to get out of trouble as he's falling, slipping, and he's a long ball.
The fourth team, I guess, is Andrew Catalan with Adam Archuleta. I'm out on Adam Archuleta. And Spiro is the Spiro Diaz? I forget how it is.
Diaz.
And I don't know who the fifth guy they're going to move up for now that Romo's gone.
Dude, can I say one thing about that group? Why isn't Jason Avant doing that?
Right?
Why isn't Jason Avant
I don't know what it is.
doing that?
I don't understand.
Jason Avant is 10 times better than just about every one of those analysts. Like you give me Adam Archuleta, but Jason Avant can't. It's like, let me be a scout. I'll tell you who's good.
Right.
All right? Jason Avant's good.
Who is agent? Jason Avant's agent's got to get him out there more.
Dude, I don't understand it. The guy is spectacular.
It makes no sense. No.
He's spectacular.
He's very accessible, digestible.
He's
gives you the information, makes you understand the play.
He's awesome. He's flat out I love him. All right, we're going to take a quick TO. We'll come back. Franny Films.
Oh, boy.
So I can't wait for St. Francis. Couple things. One, I want to go over the 5 observations thus far into camp. So I'm going to give you, we're going to trade 5 observations. I'm going to run them by Franny, get his, right, with VG. We'll kind of bat those around. And then we'll expand it like we always do into the rest of the league. So all kinds of stuff going. And I know Francis will be watching the Hall of Fame game, baby. First, a word from our friends.
Hey, if you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home, this is it. Ashley's Labor Day sale is happening right now with some of the lowest prices of the season. You'll find hot buys for every room starting at just $4.99, plus find savings up to $1,000 store-wide, and with 0% interest for 60 months and buy now, pay later financing. How about that? It's never been easier to bring your home the furniture you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Ashley's Labor Day sale in-store or online, or take advantage of these incredible savings while they last. For the past 30 years, Golden Nugget Jewelers has operated out of the very same location in the heart of Philadelphia. Customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even Baltimore, New York City have come to Golden Nugget Jewelers to find that perfect engagement ring, wedding band, or gift. Their staff is highly trained and dedicated to providing a personalized experience. I've gone there a couple of times. I had to replace a diamond in a ring. I had to get a necklace. They're not pushy. The staff is super informative. It's just a great shopping experience. They have a vast selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, along with high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and everything else you could think of. You receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every engagement ring purchase. And Golden Nugget Jewelers, they're family-owned. They've been operating since 1987, right there on Chestnut Street at 8th in downtown Philadelphia. You deserve an expert, and you deserve the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com. Hey, if you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home, this is it. Ashley's Labor Day sale is happening right now with some of the lowest prices of the season. You'll find hot buys for every room starting at just $4.99, plus find savings up to $1,000 store-wide, and with 0% interest for 60 months and buy now, pay later financing. How about that? It's never been easier to bring your home the furniture you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Ashley's Labor Day sale in-store or online, or take advantage of these incredible savings while they last.
They do not crave food nor drink for nourishment, for they exist solely on the glow of the all-22 monitors. They are the Leatherheads, and he is Franny Films.
That's right, on the clock, brought to us by the great people at Ashley Furniture. That brings us St. Francis of football. Nobody better. My brother, thank you, by the way, too, because I know we were going to do yesterday, and Kevin was a surprise visitor to the studio. So,
come on.
I appreciate you.
No, we gotta make room for a fellow Temple alum.
Yeah,
Kevin's the best.
He was just in town to do the Gansey thing, and he's like, dude,
Yep.
because I helped set it up for him, and he's like, dude, I want to come by. I'm like, all right, great. And I'm like, I knew St. Francis, you're the greatest. We love you. Yeah. So thank you.
Of course.
There's a lot I want to get to. Before we do that, VG was talking about the list of the broadcasters.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I'm just curious. Who are you partial to?
I mean, I really love. To me, I really pay attention to the color guys, to the color analysts, right?
Yeah.
So, Greg Olson, I think, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think Troy Aikman is at like the peak of his game right now. I think Troy Aikman's been excellent the last few years.
He's unbelievable, man.
Troy Aikman's excellent.
He is.
And he's different than Greg. He's different than Olson. Olson, they go about it different ways, but I think Troy Aikman is excellent.
I love those two. I'm a big Buck and Aikman fan. I love those two. They are spectacular.
Yeah, to me, those guys are kind of at the top of the heap right now.
They're the elite. Yeah, they're the elite of the elites.
I would say overall, I find that I'm left wanting more often than not in that role. Like I'm just like, you go. I was listening to you guys go through the list for both CBS and for Fox, and it kind of dries up quickly, personally, for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Me too. That's why I made the point about Avant.
I will be interested to see what CBS does with the Romo announcement, moving Watt, who I think it was his first time doing it. Like stepped in completely raw last year, and I thought he was really good considering that. So I'm interested to see how he does making that jump into the A crew. I'll be interested to see, because we haven't had an announcement yet on what CBS is going to do. I don't know that they're going to just slide everybody up. I mean, my gut would tell me that unless they had somebody waiting in the wings, that they might just take Charles Davis and put Charles Davis back in that spot, because Charles Davis was in that number 2 role with Ian Eagle for a few years. So my guess is they might just do that. Now, my understanding is that Charles got moved to college as well and was doing he's the number 1 college guy for CBS now. So I don't know if they want
because what's his name retired.
Correct. So Charles, they moved him to be the number 1 with college with some pro. So I don't know if they're going to want to necessarily give him the number 2 NFL.
Nah, it's too hard. Travel's going to be too tough.
Right. So that'll be something to track.
Wow.
How about the Romo? Remember when he came up, like his first couple, he was calling the plays ahead of time, it just blew everybody away, and then that got super annoying real quick.
Well, not only that, I just think that he hasn't been good for the last few years. Like
he doesn't.
It's not even
I
just
feel like he
like
doesn't put the work in.
Well, yeah, it shows. you can tell. You can tell the ones that do and the ones that don't.
Yeah. You know you were talking about the college, but Gary Danielson was number 1 forever.
Yep.
He was unbelievable. Like as much as people, I think he rubbed people the wrong way because he wasn't like a fuzzy character. I thought he was spectacular. Knew everything. Knew the college game really well.
Yeah, I really like Gary Danielson. I actually, and I have to kind of go, cycle through the names in my head a little bit, but I find myself enjoying the college color commentators more so than most of the NFL ones. But
I agree. I'm a huge Herbie fan. Like, I love Herb Street. It's a shame because it's just not. It's Al's kind of done, and I feel like he doesn't feel the same doing NFL. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking an all-pro guard and kicking him out to tackle because he can do it, but it's like he's better at guard. That's kind of like not to like I love college football. Kirk, he is top of the heap and would be an A up there with Greg Olsen and with Troy Aikman if we're just looking at it from a college lens. But for the NFL on Thursday nights, he's fine, but I wouldn't say that he's as good as he is for Saturday nights.
Yeah,
I know you guys. I don't like the crossovers on the college. I like the college guys. I like to hear a completely different voice at college. I don't like any of the pro guys. Like Charles Davis goes between the two. I like the college. If I turn on a college football game, there's certain voices I just like and associate with college football.
Michigan.
And I like it that way.
Buckeyes, take over.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that at a Steelers game. yeah, it's perfect for college football. Yeah.
I do enjoy the Gus.
I very much enjoy Gus Johnson, but I get that it can be an acquired taste, and maybe I don't want to listen to it every single week. But no, I very much enjoy Gus Johnson.
Yeah, there is like when he gets when there was the Ohio State like those Big Ten games, man, and he's just going. I'm like I'm in. All right, let's get to business. I want observations from camp, kind of like your feeling, because I got a few, and I want you to kind of either dispel them,
okay,
or you can agree with it. One, I got let's start with the negative pieces first. All right, okay. I got like a bad vibe about Lemon in that. Got dinged mini camp, dinged now, and like he needs a lot of reps. It's a new offense. They're going to have to put him in motion to get off the line of scrimmage. Like, I watched that Notre Dame tape and, he didn't get free. Like, you're going to have to do some things creatively to get him free. And being in the slot, it'll work. But he's got to get reps with Jalen. So I'm a little worried about the start of Lemon.
Yeah, I would say where I'm at with it is concerning that he dealt with a soft tissue, like with the hamstring in the spring, and then it popped up again in the summer. You're spending that time between June and July kind of prepping, like you call it like the prehab, right? Like you're going through doing work to try and prevent those injuries from popping back up again. So I'm sure it was frustrating for him as well as for the team for that to happen here this early in camp. But I would say long term, I'm worried about is this something that's going to be a consistent theme with him? But then to your point, yeah, like just getting those reps and getting on the same page with Jalen. Like I'm sure Jalen would love to be able to have him out there and get, have those reps, get that timing down with him. I would say the fact that what we thought the Sean Mannion offense was going to look like, that is what it has looked like. It's not like, oh yeah, we're going to sprinkle a little of this stuff in. Like, no, it is a full wholesale change. That's why honestly, but that is my number one takeaway is that this offense is going to be radically different, based off what we've seen in practice. And so with that in mind, I'm not as worried about the Lemon fit. I think it'll be fine. I just think that, you want to be able to get him those reps with Jalen. And so missing that is unfortunate.
Yeah. And first of all, I know the offense is completely dramatic. I know I've been talking to those guys down there, and it's going to take a minute, right? It's going to take a while for this thing for everybody to get it, the whole nine. Like, you're going to be well into this season where you're still kind of working on it. So because of that, and because of the soft tissue and some of that stuff, I'm just concerned that, this year, I'm not going to say it's a wash this year, but I don't know that you get it. He may be more like Matthew Golden, and where toward the end of the year he gets he's a little more active.
Yeah, I mean, look, Jackson Smith and Jigba had like 400 yards his rookie year, right? Like you have those kind of situations just pop up. I guess it just depends on how long this is going to bother him.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith had a hamstring injury his rookie year in camp, and he was the leading receiver for the team, and was you never heard boo about it throughout the rest of that fall. So if this is something that does linger into the season and it becomes more of a long-lasting issue, then that I would say ends up becoming more of a redshirt year for him, which would be rough. That would be tough for them to kind of bounce back from holistically as a team. But I think that when you're looking at if he's back on the field in a week and a half, and he gets a handful of reps in that last preseason game, and all right, he hits the ground running. He was getting all his reps with the ones. He wasn't off like practicing with the twos. Like that's where Stowers is mostly like 99% of the time has been with that with the backups. I think when you're looking at Lemon, all of his reps have been with Jalen. So I would say when he's healthy and back out there, he'll be back out there with the first team.
Yeah. My other concern is Stowers. That position, because look, it's Goddard, right? You got your blocking tight end, but Calcaterra is the guy. You got to do better. Now, I'm worried about integrating Stowers. Him getting locked up was not a good sign. It's camp, so it's one play. I'm not going to make a federal case out of it, but I am a little concerned about that position just because of the health of Goddard.
That's the big thing, is that if Dallas Goedert's able to stay healthy, then it's not as much of a concern. That has obviously been an issue for him over the last couple of years. And so if he does have a bout on IR and he misses a few weeks, what does that position begin to look like? I think it's worrisome for Stowers for 2026 that it's not like, he's behind Goddard and he's behind Johnny Munt. When they split the field up and they say, all right, first unit's over here, second unit's over there, they got 7 tight ends in the roster. More often than not, the guys working with Jalen in the first team are Goddard, Johnny Munt, EJ Jenkins, Grant Calcaterra, right? And those guys are over there, and then Stowers is over with the second group, where it's Darnell Wright or Daquan Wright, and you've got Stone Smart, you've got a couple other guys over there. Stowers is with that group and not sniffing reps with the first team. So you look at that two ways. You might look at that and say, we want to make sure he's just getting as many reps as he can possibly with the twos. I would think that it is a little bit of a worrisome thing that even when he does get this opportunity, because it's a passing camp, right? We're not getting full contact, run game stuff. So that was the concern with him, is what can he bring as a blocker? But the pass game stuff should be excellent. He hasn't really popped as a catcher at all. And so that is the concern. It's all right, well, this would be the area where you would want him to kind of shine, and he hasn't yet. Here's what I'm looking at. I was worried about Stowers, during the college eval. If you asked me 2 years ago, I would have said the same thing about Eli Stowers. I think the big thing with him is that what we're seeing right now does not mean that he can't be a good pro in 2-3 years. I can't imagine that he's going to be a factor here this year. I think that it's more he kind of gets worked in, and we'll see. And
agreed.
It depends on game and situation. If Goddard goes down, then you'll probably need him to have some kind of a factor. But we'll see. It is definitely going to be a wait and see proposition here with the rookie tight end.
That's my biggest fear. And the shame of it, and I get you needed safety with Makuba, but that was the year to draft a tight end.
Yeah, they missed out on the top two guys. They go early with Chicago and Indianapolis taking Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, and then you take
that was
Jahad
Arroyo.
Campbell.
Who was in that draft? Arroyo was in that draft. Fannin?
Yeah, but they drafted Jahad Campbell, and then Mason Taylor went a few picks later, early in the second round, so you missed out on Taylor, and then Arroyo, he went before the Eagles picked again. So I think just with how things kind of worked out.
Yeah, no, I know the board felt the way it didn't fall their way for Fannin and Arroyo. I actually like Arroyo. I think Arroyo has a big year this year.
Yeah, and it's similar to what we were kind of talking about with Lemon, where he was kind of in the background, behind the scenes with that team last year, and we'll see what he looks like this year with a team that wants to be able to run out of multiple tight end sets.
And real quick while we're on Seattle, and this is for our fantasy people out there, I love Price. I love Price. You got fresh legs. I loved him last year. Just so happens he was behind the best running back in the country. I'm a big Price fan, man. I think that kid is a baller.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what he looks like. Obviously, with Zach Charbonnet with his injury, I mean, he just had surgery in February, so how quickly is he able to get back to 100%? What does that look like for them? They've got another young guy there as well that they're going to try and work in George Halani. So, from a fantasy standpoint, yeah, I would say that the red carpet's kind of rolled out for Price to have an impact.
Yeah, I like.
Just go back to the Stowers stuff. If you just do a search for Stowers in news. It's like, how's Eli Stowers dealing with a slow start? Eagles rookie opens up about camp struggles. Quote, I'm trying to get over that hump. Stowers opens up about camp struggles. Quote, it's a mental challenge. So now it's like, and not only is he having trouble catching up to the playbook and stuff, it seems to be like in the forefront of his thoughts right now that he's struggling.
Yeah, and how guys fight through that is always interesting to see. And it's honestly, when you talk with scouts, you talk with, decision makers, executives, or, that evaluate these college players and try and project them. When you're going through the interview process and you're going through the evaluation process, one of the things you're looking at is how does a guy fight through adversity in life or on the football field, like, on or, in the building or outside the building, because that can be a little bit of a sign for how you handle situations just like this. Because it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and it rarely is sunshine and rainbows. When you hit that bump, when you have that mental hurdle, are you able to clear that hurdle, or is it going to hold you up a little bit more than others? And how do you react if you do get held up and you experience that failure for the first time? And so that will be big for Stowers here in the coming months.
Yeah, it's only 6 practices, so you got.
Look, the biggest thing that we do is overreact to all this stuff, right? Like, but again, it makes for conversation, and sometimes there is like legitimate concern beneath it all.
The way that I painted it on the show the other day was that him struggling in the first 6 practices of camp does not mean that he's going to be a bad player.
Yeah.
That said, if we fast forward 3 years from now and say like, oh, was there any signs that Eli Stowers wasn't going to work out? This is what it would look like in the first 6 practices, right? So it's rather it didn't look like this, but it doesn't mean anything big picture.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. Jalix Hunt is going to have a monster year. I just see it, you feel it. Like, that will turn out to be one of the great draft picks by Howie.
Yeah, Jalix looks awesome. I would say it kind of goes because to me, the entire defensive line has looked really good. I think Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Moro, Ojimo, like all those guys have looked good. I would put that hand in hand. This is like the dueling things of training camp is, all right, well, a good play for one guy means there's a bad play for another. So you kind of juggle like, all right, was it more one or more the other? The fact that Lane has not been out there for the last few days, and you've kind of been rotating Fred Johnson and Markel Bell, I do think that the defense and the edge rushers have kind of taken advantage of that in a good way, which is what you want, right?
Yeah.
For your good players to take advantage of less than good players, or especially rookies. So I think when you're looking at Jalix, you do have to keep that in mind. That said, he looks like he's ready to take another jump. He looks like he's ready to take another leap. I was at practice on Monday in the bubble where everything's confined. When you're out there in the practices on the practice fields outside, the defensive line, the edge rushers, they are practicing a mile away. They're 125, 130 yards away from the media. So you really can't get looks on those guys when they're going through individual drills, and then you're just kind of relying on team stuff. In the bubble, we were right on top of them. So I literally just took advantage. I'm like, all right, if I'm going to be in here today, I'm going to watch these defensive linemen just the first 45 minutes of practice because we don't get this access to them. And Jalix is a guy that he looks physically a little bit different than he did last year, continuing to fill out that frame. He is an energy giver. He brings a ton of juice to practice from Jump Street, and it goes all the way through until they blow the final whistle. He is one of those guys. So it's I'm excited to see what he looks like here this year.
I gave you 3. You give me 3.
I agree with you with the offense when it comes to, there's going to be bumps in the road, right? That said, looking especially at Monday's practice in the bubble, and given the context, I know EJ has talked about it with you guys as well, laying out the fact that you have installs, and you had the first week where you have that first wave of installs. Monday's practice was, all right, let's review everything we've done to camp up to this point before we start the next wave of installation. I thought that practice on Monday was the best I've ever seen Jalen Hurts in a training camp practice. He was awesome. He brought a ton of juice. He was decisive. He got the ball placement, the anticipation, accessing all levels of the field, vertical, middle of the field, underneath. He was bringing a ton of juice, like the touchdown. I know, again, like EJ talked about the one to Elijah Moore, the deep post down the middle of the field. His reaction to that play was unlike anything I've ever seen. And Jalen was asked about that this week afterwards. And he said, yeah, we had a mix up earlier on in the drill where, he cut the route off and it ended up being an interception by Quinyon Mitchell. He said to come back and have that play down the field, that's what you want to see. Again, it's as good as I've seen Jalen. And look, they came back the next day and it was a disaster on Tuesday. And it was the next step of installation. And it's a lot of new cadences and stuff. So it's a bunch of procedural penalties and false starts and illegal shifts and all that stuff. So yes, there are going to be bumps in the road. It's not going to be all hunky-dory weeks 1 through 6, 1 through 8. I think they're going to find themselves, and I think they're going to have good moments in the first few weeks. But I'm very optimistic about what I've seen so far. I think the bones are there for them to be very good on the offensive side.
So Baldy had him yesterday. Baldy was having a conversation with him, and he said that he was really engaged. He said that, one of the things that he's working on, which is music to my ears, is throwing with his feet. That's it. You get that piece of it, you could flourish in this offense.
Well, and that, to me, because I've had this conversation with a lot of people this summer, talking about just Jalen specifically and in this offense. In this offense, when you go through pure progression reads, it being with your, married with your feet is of the utmost importance because, you're going through the rhythm, the pure progression. Again, it's not as much about reading the defense. It's really it's just all right, here's my first read, second read, third read. Is this guy open? Yes or no? If it is, if he is open, yes, throw it. If not, I'm getting to the next read, right? So you have to follow your feet, and the timing kind of leads to that. In the previous iterations of this offense, and in the drop back pass game in particular, when we've talked about the volatile nature of it, where he did have to kind of read things before the snap at a heavy rate. And the offensive line did have to do a lot of stuff like pointing things out before the snap. And if the defense does this, then we got to start here. If the defense lines up this way, if we think they're going to rotate, I got to get my eyes here first. But things weren't married up from one side of the field to the other because it's all right, we have a 1 high beater on this side and we have a 2 high beater on that side. And if the defense fools you, by the time you get back to where you need to go, all of a sudden those routes are timed out and now it's a fire drill. Your feet, even if they are married up with your eyes, doesn't matter because those things are timed out on the other side. So you are so reliant on making the right read in that previous iteration of the offense. And so while it was important before, it is of the utmost importance now. And the fact that he is, that there's that understanding on both sides of it that he needs to work on it. I think that's important. But again, I like what I've seen from Jalen so far this summer.
Look at that. I love it. All right. What else you got?
I would say the biggest concern would be, and this is everybody, I would say everybody in the NFL would feel this way. Offensive line depth. If you get an injury or two, what does that look like? And obviously as we said, no Lane Johnson for the last week and a half at practice. So you're already rotating in a new right tackle. Landon Dickerson didn't practice yesterday and then has been kind of rotated over the last few days. So we've seen a lot of Drew Kendall in at left guard. If you start to have any of those injuries, all right, who's the next man up and what does that look like? I do think that there's some faith in Drew Kendall now in his second year. He was a day 3 pick last year out of Boston College. His dad was a longtime NFL offensive lineman, and Pete Kendall down in Washington and with the Jets. Bloodlines are there. He's been solid, but again, what is that going to look like overall, especially with a new offensive line coach in Chris Cooper? And then at tackle, if you have to rely on Fred Johnson for an extended period of time, I don't think that that's ideal. And, Markel Bell, talented, but a rookie. What does that look like? And so you hope that you get Lane back into the fold soon. And you hope that Landon is able to, let's get Landon to the regular season and hope that we get the best football out of him here in 2026.
Yeah, man. It's all about that line. That's how this offense, because you have to run it. Forget all the Jalen stuff's great and all, but you got to run the football for this thing to work.
Yeah, I've got a lot of faith in Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby. I think that run game should look good, and that's when I talk about the offensive line. I think it is important to note all the offensive lines in this tree, and you go back to Mike Shanahan in Denver, right? you are able to overcome like less than talent at that position, because the scheme in theory can take care of it, but you still need to be efficient. You need to like clear a certain bar. You can't be like a net negative along the offensive line. So as long as those guys, you talk about whether it's Fred Johnson, Markel Bell, Drew Kendall, you go down the line, as long as those guys are able to reach a certain threshold, they'll be okay. But then it'll pop up in certain moments. You look at, I'm going to keep drawing comparisons to Seattle. And I think when you look at Seattle, like, you had some high picks there, but like they had some injuries. They had, one of the worst pass protecting guards in football in Bradford. They were able to win a Super Bowl, right? Like you're able to circumvent that as long as you're able to stay efficient running the football. You create some explosives, both in the run and in the pass. I do think that the formula is there for this offense to kind of match that.
All right, let's switch gears and go big picture league. Okay. First of all, happy Hall of Fame game. We have a game tonight. I'm excited because I'll be on Fox at 10 tonight.
PM?
Yeah, Fox radio. And so I'll watch the first, part of the game, and then I'll go on the air, have it on while I'm doing the show.
All right.
And I love the fact that just the imagery of helmets, right? Like watching the movement. We're looking at it. Like, you're in tonight.
I'm going down to Phillies tonight. I'm going to go see Sanchez pitch tonight, and then I'll watch the film tomorrow. I'll go through the tape in the morning.
Yeah, I'll go through the tape.
Oh, this is not must-see appointment TV. The Hall of Fame game in the Duffy household.
He's got tickets to the game.
I mean, he knew when it was. It's not like it's a surprise event tonight in football.
He got tickets to the game.
Look,
Franny, I don't blame you. It's Cardinals, Panthers.
Christopher Sanchez, or Carson Beck. Christopher Sanchez or Carson Beck. I'm going to go Christopher Sanchez.
He wants to see the helmets. I look at Panthers helmets. I'm like,
no, I listen.
Is Big Brother on yet?
No. See, but here's the thing. My only point is, I hate when people ridicule the Hall of Fame game. I do. It bothers me because, listen, I get it. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. You got to ridicule it. We wait.
Did they give us a better matchup? That's one half decent team.
It's not about the game. It's just the fact that it's back.
Football's back, right?
Yeah.
That's it. We wait. You only get football in season for 5 months. Like, that's it. Every other sport drones on. But football, it's why we're thirsty.
I know. Give me at least one helmet that I feel kind of good about. Those helmets stink. I don't feel good when those teams, I never want to watch them. Just give me one decent team and one crap team. That's all.
Well, it's not, you're not going to see players.
I know, but still, It's just the franchise. Give me one good franchise.
It's football, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the Packers versus the Steelers, like it's not like we're going to see Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. So you're going to see.
Yeah, but still, you get a good feeling when you see those helmets out there. You get crappy feelings when you see both these helmets.
I don't.
I'm going to be watching them like 24 hours from now. I'm going to have buzzed through at least part of that film. I'm going to watch all of Carson Beck's dropbacks and stuff like that. So
now he's only watching part of the film tomorrow.
Well,
he's not even watching the full game. This guy
I don't need to watch the fourth quarter. I don't need to watch every single snap of every.
I'm not taking notes in the second. There's certain guys aren't going to make the team, and they're going to be it. Like, it is what it is. But I'll have it on, and part of it, I almost treat the Hall of Fame game like a TV show. It's like football's back. They talk about the class, the Hall of Fame class. You talk about the upcoming season.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it to be back.
Yeah, you can tell.
It gets us one step
jumping through at
it.
Shut up. VG.
It's a big milestone.
I mean, I get it. He's going to the ball game. That's it. He's going to the ball game. All right. Let's go through it division by division, and as we approach this piece of camp, what's kind of stood out to you news-wise, otherwise. So we'll start in the AFC East.
AFC East, I would say, just kind of buzzing through the teams in my mind real quick. I would say the biggest news that's kind of come across for me, I mean, I know AJ got dinged up out in New England. I know the Jets, the rookie first round pick Kenyon Sadiq is kind of going through some injury stuff as well.
Yeah,
so
he's the kid. I love Sadiq.
Yep.
Oregon's
so
nasty this year.
honestly, like this time of summer, it's like, all right, like who are some of the guys that are going through some injury stuff that could linger into the season? I would say those are the biggest storylines that are sticking out from those 4 teams.
All right, North.
AFC North, so we're talking Cleveland. From what I understand, quarterback battle hasn't looked great. Cincinnati, they're working through like honestly some of the stuff. And here's a good draw. So a lot of the talk with Joe Burrow has been similar with Jalen Hurts, where it's like, oh, he wants to live in the shotgun, and and they want to play a certain way because that's the way that Joe Burrow wants. He doesn't like turning his back to the defense and play action. Well, this year they're sprinkling in more under center and they're sprinkling in more play action, and it hasn't looked good reportedly for based off what a lot of the media is reporting there. So I juxtapose that with what I'm saying with the Eagles, where Hurts has looked good and and it's been like a wholesale change. It's like, yeah, they are fully leaning into it, and that is my concern with the idea of like, oh, we're just gonna like sprinkle it in, like kind of what we're getting with Cincinnati. So I would say of those 4 teams up north, that's been the big takeaway for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because everybody's expecting the Bengals, that offense, to really kind of flourish. This is going to be their year. You could win a division. I mean, Baltimore's beatable, so in that division.
It sounds like things have been pretty optimistic with Lamar Jackson and that offense. Yeah. Now, the number that was announced for Zay Flowers with that contract extension was a little exorbitant to me, a little bit more than I would have, but I get they were kind of backed into a corner. I guess it's like, all right, you got to pay him. Are you going to pay him or not? That said, I do think that was a little rich for my blood.
Me too. Yep. South.
I mean, it sounds like things are going pretty well with the Colts. From that Daniel Jones is out there and looking okay. Jonathan Taylor just got paid this morning, so he entered that $20 million a year club along with Saquon Barkley. It is funny that now that like Bijan just got paid, Jahmyr Gibbs is about to get paid. People are like, oh yeah, like running backs are getting paid now. These guys are still getting like pennies to the dollar compared to some of these other
for what they do. Come on, how important they are to offenses. I mean, it's crazy.
It's barely like what Bijan just got is barely more than what the Jaguars just gave Jacoby Myers as a receiver. When you compare the contracts, the number is higher than it was 2 years ago because the cap is higher than it was 2 years ago. So like the numbers are all going up. But yeah, I would say that the South, the biggest thing for me would probably be the fact that like Daniel Jones now. Pierce is hurt, and they traded away Pittman, so like that receiver room is going to be.
I think Pierce is coming back. He should be ready. He'll be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I mean that's what he'll be missing all camp, and that is good. But Tyler Warren is a guy I would definitely kind of circle there.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Warren.
All right, out west, Mahomes.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing a little bit more under center out there and trying to lean more into the run game. So we'll see what Kenneth Walker looks like in that offense. From what I understand for the Chargers, things have been looking pretty good with that offense. Now, injuries like Slater, I know was in and out of the tent for a couple days. Their left tackle, he was coming off a season-ending injury. So what does that look like? As long as they're able to stay healthy up front, I know that's a big storyline for them. But otherwise, like it's been positive from an offensive standpoint.
All right, NFC West. What's your read on? So Donald worked out. Aaron Donald. We knew it.
It sounds like a foregone conclusion. He's going to be back. It sounds like he's going to be back. So, honestly, the bigger one is the 49ers are just getting decimated again with injuries.
Dude,
no Pearsall.
Power plant, dude.
They're cursed. Cursed by the power plant.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. You're bringing
Pearsall.
Debo back.
I mean, again.
Done. Yeah, and he hasn't it's not like he was an injury guy in college. So like he was a healthy player throughout his college career, and just has been snake bit since entering the league. So you feel for him, but Mike Evans is dinged up and he's been battling soft tissue stuff for the last few years down in Tampa. Obviously, you have everything with Shanahan. So it's the injury stuff is biting that team right now.
All right, NFC South. Falcons, man, that bad injury, man. Oof.
Yeah, losing Jalen Walker is unfortunate. You feel for him. And then obviously a quarterback here. They're hoping to get one of those two guys in there soon. I would say that's probably honestly the big takeaway from that team. To Tampa, Baker Mayfield not happy, with his contract stuff. The Saints, they had a big injury early. They lose Brian Brzee, but it's been a lot of it feels like that's like a kind of like a hipster, like sleeper team as people, talking through the season.
Yeah, it is a
I
hipster
see it to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far.
Yeah.
But, that would be a team I think to watch. So yeah, that would be it for me from the South. The Panthers have been hurt by a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah. North.
With the North, a lot of positivity out of Chicago.
Although they got a bad injury too.
Yeah, they had Kobe Bryant, the safety, went down. It sounds like he'll be back around midseason. And it's a defense that capitalized a ton of turnovers last year. So, and Ben Johnson kind of pointed to this like, oh, we're the number one regression candidate. And he said it with a straight face, but like just talking about kind of a hat tip to like the analytics community and just saying like, yeah, like, with so much that went right for them last year from like a turnover differential and like some of the big play stuff, the late game heroics, like can you necessarily count on that? And we've talked about that with that team this year. I do think that they are still poised to be a good team. They might be a better team with a worse record this year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. I get it. Let's go home. East.
Yeah, it's been positivity from Dallas. Those guys on defense are starting to settle in. So we'll see what that team looks like. Washington, yeah, not feeling great there. It's a really light group of pass catchers, and they've been battling through some injuries. So like that depth is going to be tested. So yeah, I honestly, of the 8 divisions that we went through, I think the least surprising bits have been from the NFC East. I think it's been those 4 teams. It's been about what I expected. If you had asked me 2 weeks ago.
Does Diggs worry you going to the Commanders?
Not necessarily, no. I think that he's been fine, but certainly not the player he was 3 years ago.
Nah, yeah. No, they're so desperate. You knew he was going there. Mm-hmm. They just had they needed somebody. I mean, they got nothing, Francis, always great. How would you have the batting order tonight?
It's funny when they made the trade and I saw the first news of the trade, I'm like, all right, like in my mind, because I don't follow baseball as closely, but when I got the scoop on what Arias brought, I'm like, all right, shake the lineup up and just kind of plug and play in the field. Like this should be pretty easy. And it seems like they went the opposite, where they like didn't really touch the lineup, and then the field was complete. I was trying to think of like an NFL analog to this. It's like just that we're gonna draft an offensive lineman and completely reshape the entire.
They just do things backward, like. Their whole concept, they make no sense. Like I'm apoplectic about them.
It's really strange.
What they do, I don't know. You switch all these positions so Alec Boehm could stay in the lineup. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And the concept of let's play backwards and we're going to be so cute and have Schwarber lead off and Arias hit fourth. Let me stop. Yeah, stop trying to invent the game, reinvent it.
When I saw that lineup the first night on what was it? I guess it was Tuesday. Like literally, like shot.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like tonight.
It stinks. They drive me nuts. Anyway, enjoy it, brother. We love you. St. Francis.
See you guys. Talk soon.
There he is, St. Francis of football. Coming up, we got Brain. Love the Brain. I want to go over some futures with him.
All right.
NFL. Can you call up some of the NFL kind of like, now's the time to look at some of the stats.
Okay.
All right. Like, I know Brent always say go under, but like just kind of looking at the player. I like it the more like, hey, is this guy a sleeper? Can you look at him as overs and stuff like that? So we'll kind of bat around that. First, a word from our friends. Let's talk the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. The Brain, perfect time to play futures. 25 on the birds to win it all. Brings back 4.25. So win totals, you can look at all of them. NFL, college, we got to do a win total day for every team. We'll do college as well. Like, I love that stuff. Kind of like looking out and projecting it. Hall of Fame. And the Brain's a big preseason guy. He gets information on the preseason. So you can check that out. You can play it all and the casino. In fact, New customers get $500 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours and 250 spins on the new Sahara slot game. You like a Sahara slot game,
yeah.
right? BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That moment, the one you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach, on the roof of your car, at a gas station 3 states away. Well, I've been there too because I left a pair of really nice sunglasses at a hotel in Toronto, and I was screwed. And then I was hesitant. Did I want to buy nice sunglasses like Shady Rays? And then when I did buy them, I'm afraid to wear them. Shady Rays changes everything. They've changed the game because these sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose them, break them, day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Concerts, mosh pits, on hikes, traveling through the city, on a boat, wherever. Because Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. So go to ShadyRays.com and use the code PHLYSR for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
Brain. Red the Brain Finder.
There he is, La Brain. What do you say, La Brain?
Good to see you guys.
You too, buddy. What do you? What's your first thought about the Phillies and how they've gone at it the last couple days with the rise, the lineup, everything else?
I was, listen again. I definitely remember. I mean, if Mike Schmidt or Greg Luzinski was those guys, they were hitting leadoff, and then it's strange to me, kind of what you said. Schwarber hits first, and then Rise hits fourth. I don't understand it. I always thought you'd want your Rise to be on base, so Schwarber can hit a home run. Not sure. To me, it's the opposite. It's like I feel like George Costanza when he was running the Yankees in Seinfeld. It's the opposite of what you should be doing. But again, I don't know. I mean, these guys, I don't understand it. So I'm with you. But they're doing what they're doing.
This harkens back to let's have Bamboo Brad back cleanup. How'd that work out for Clentac? Remember that? Brad Miller hitting fourth?
That was the worst. God, I try to erase that from my memory.
Yeah.
God, I now have to it's funny now that you say Brad, I now have to look up all his stats. I'm
I'll never forget, he was back cleanup. I'm like, horrible. Stop. What are we doing? Why are you trying to reinvent this stuff?
That was the worst with the bamboo.
Again, it's ridiculous. Like the Schwarber thing, man. Come on. Stop.
I will say this. And again, just as a total, I didn't remember this. I really didn't. Brad Miller's career OPS was 730. The guy had 123 home runs, whatever. But in 2019 for the Phillies, 130 at bats, he had 12 home runs. I don't remember. I do not even a little bit remember him being that effective of a player. Do you?
Now who? Miller. Bamboo Brad.
I thought he stunk. But anyway,
once he left here, didn't he have a couple good years after he left here?
He was okay. He had a decent career. I'm not knocking the guy. He had a decent career, but but that was I had no idea 12 home runs here and 130. That. If there was a choice, when they give the baseball game, they give the attendance of 4 different numbers. If they gave 12 home runs and 130 at bats, I wouldn't have made that one of the top 50 choices. I didn't think he did. I never thought that was a total outlier because he never had that kind of season or anything. But it's just a small sampling. But anyway, I do remember that because he was never really really a good player, really. But anyway,
yeah, all right, crazy. All right, let's do before we get to our football, I want to go through some season-long stats. And I know you always go under because of injuries. But just for the sake of who could surprise you, right?
Okay, but I do have to say this, Anthony, because there's data on this. It's been now the last 6-7 years. Every year, if you blindly bet the under, every year, not 6 or 7, not 5 or 6, every year you would make money. And by the way, in every category. there's been nothing you would have just made money on if you bet the over. Like, wait, what I mean by that is that quarterback yards, quarterback touchdowns, receivers touchdowns, receiver receptions.
I get it. Did you ever do that?
I only bet unders. I mean, here's what I'll do if I like an over. I like Javonte Williams to have a good touchdown year. But instead of betting over 9.5 touchdowns, no freaking way. I took him at 18-1 to lead the league in touchdowns. I'll take a shot.
That makes sense.
If he goes over that 9.5, right, then okay, he's getting 10 plus. Maybe he's at the higher end of that, and I get paid if he really does it. Like last year, I took Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence to get 4,500 yards, getting big odds. Hit one of them. Lawrence missed by literally just a hair. But I got big odds on both those, thinking, okay, you know what? If they go over their total, maybe I get paid, and it's a big. I'd rather take a long shot as opposed to just a 50-50 bet where the odds are the guy's going to probably miss time just due to injury. I'd rather take a shot and say, you know what?
So you had Dak. Dak has so they put quarterback tiers of yards.
No, what they do? Well, they did, like Dak passing yards last year. Like how many passing yards will Dak have? And like the regular number was like 4,000, but I bet like 4,500 getting.
Well, that's what I mean. You could play.
Yes.
Okay.
You could do tiers. Yes, you could usually do the tiers where you could say they'll say 4,500 plus, 5,000 plus.
That makes sense.
No one usually ever throws for 5,000. But Trevor Lawrence last year was my guy. I had him I remember I lost at touchdowns by 1. Trevor Lawrence I lost by 1. And you say, well, okay, well maybe it's my fault for.
Well, let's do that. Let's make pretend there's a tier. Like which quarterback you think could reach a certain lofty tier, or which quarterback is the stone under. Okay.
Okay. Let's
play that game. So Matthew Stafford's 39.50, say.
Yeah, I mean, look, last year Stafford, God, that would have been a great one to have done, right? He's obviously a great player, Anthony, but theoretically,
you can't because of his injury. You can't even
because of his injury history and everything kind of just went his way. And as good as he is, Anthony, I don't know about the line, and I could see him getting hurt. He's just a guy to me, as good as that team is, and I know everyone loves them, I could see it not being quite as clean as they think it's going to be because I'm not touching him.
I agree. Let's do this kind of rapid fire, right? Like either he's the guy.
I'll give you a guy. Yeah. Well, Tyler Shuck is a guy. You want to talk a variance guy, Anthony?
Yeah, he's at 3,500.
Yeah. And that's a guy to me I would take over the next tier. I'd go over 4,000, over 4,500. Not because I necessarily think he's going to do it, but because I think he can do it. And I think he's a little bit of an unknown, and that team has explosive playmakers. They drafted Tyson 8th overall. Olave's obviously really good. Juwan Johnson played well. They got ETN. They have players for him to get those numbers, and I think he could be as good as any of these players, and his odds are less. So I'd rather take a shot on someone like that, getting nice odds. Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, I'm with you. So let's just go quickly through each quarterback, and you just go taking a shot over or of the tiers or stone under, right?
Sure.
So Darnold, I don't feel either way, right?
Yeah.
Purdy, I don't feel either way. If anything, would be an under. Baker, that could be a big under because their line is not good.
Yeah, I don't like Tampa Bay is one of my biggest fades of the year, Anthony.
Yes, agreed. Jared Goff at 4,100. They got an easy schedule.
I think that team is going to lead the league in scoring.
Yeah.
So for me, more so than passing yards, although it could be great with that too. But I like maybe the touchdowns too, where I think they're going to lead the league in scoring. So
do I.
They're going to get it from Gibbs. They're going to get it from him. Goff to me would be a guy I would consider. And by the way, even though I don't like the Packers, we don't know what's going to happen with Josh Jacobs. The Packers are one of my biggest unders. I could see Jordan Love having his best career year. Kraft's back healthy. They paid Watson to look really good last year. I still think there's another gear to Jordan Love that we haven't seen. And I could see him having his best year.
All right. Lawrence is back at 37.75.
Yeah.
Cam Ward, 3,300.
I think that'll go up, Anthony, just by osmosis, so to speak.
Yeah.
But and they add Cornell Tate, but again, do I think they're going to be winging the ball every play? Probably not.
Rogers 3150.
No, that should be the lowest, and it is.
Here's an under for you. Jackson Dart 3150. I don't like their pass game at all.
Well, here's the thing about Jackson Dart. I love the player, Anthony, but I like him more for fantasy. I think he's going to run like 600-700 yards. Passing, they don't really have anything. I mean, if Neighbors comes back, okay, maybe. I did like getting Isaiah Likely, and the other thing with him, he's probably the number one. I think you would agree with this. If I said you were to pick a guy who would be not playing by week 5 due to injury, Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they ran him in read option last year. It was the stupidest thing in the world.
Dable to me was that was the worst I've ever seen any coach. Like, it was almost like he had a hit out on the guy or something.
Malik Willis is at 2950. That's the guy you take a shot with.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Malik Willis, again, like you look at that team, that's just like he's going to be. I like him in fantasy because I think he's going to be a total one-man band. Where I think you're going to see a lot of games where Malik Willis maybe passes for a lot of yards, runs for a lot of yards, runs in touchdowns.
I agree.
I think he's going to be their Josh Allen. Not saying he's good. Not saying he's good like that. But what I am saying is I think he's going to.
Well, their defense is horrific. So
I just think he's going to have to do a lot.
They're going to be like the remember the Cardinals last year with McBride?
Yes.
And
they all. Yeah.
Who's the receiver?
Mike Wilson.
Wilson. Yep.
He was the number one receiver the last like 5-6 weeks.
Allen, Caleb, Burrow at 4,000 yards, man. That's a lot of yards.
Like Caleb's number?
Yeah.
3650?
No, because he likes to run it. Like they run, and their defense good. Like I think Caleb Williams.
Yeah. I mean, but Caleb is. I mean, he's talented. I'll say that he's talented.
I love Caleb. I'm a big. He brought that up because I'm huge on the Bears. I love the Bears. Everybody thinks they're going to have a regression. I think they're good.
No, but you know what? They may have a regression. Here's the thing: they'll have a regression in terms of the luck. There's no question, but they're good. And he's going to be, they're going to be a better team this year. So you factor in the regression with them being better, I think it probably nets out pretty neutral.
Drake May, 3,800. Jaden Daniels, 3,250.
God, it's such a low number, but I mean.
That is pretty low.
That's very low.
But, I mean, if anyone's going to get hurt.
No, it's him. Like, you can never risk him. Herbert, 3,650. Go ahead, chat. You're on cue.
I mean, at least they got their offensive lineman back. But I mean, again, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to use the running game a lot there this year.
Fernando Mendoza.
Not going to play.
2,300.
I'd be on the under because I don't know when he's going to play. I shouldn't say he's not going to play. Yeah. I don't know when he's going to play.
No, Cousins is playing. Cousins is going to put up numbers. They're actually not going to be horrible.
I bet them over 5.5 wins.
I completely. I see it like you do.
Yeah. They actually. I mean, they improved a lot in free agency.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
I think they can win 6 games. Tough schedule though, but I think they'll win their 6 games.
Yeah,
they're not horrible.
All right, before we get out of here, baseball. What do you got tonight? Yeah. Anything?
It's funny. Only slight, not the best of cards today, but it's funny. Nolan McLean has just been absolutely on fire. Foster Griffin had, I think, 10 straight starts of 1 run or less. Took under 4.5 runs in the 5-inning line there. Don't trust the Mets bullpen at all. But again, I think that'll be I thought that should have been 3.5. Griffin McLean under 4.5 runs. My best bet today, 1 p.m., 1:10 Eastern start, day game for everyone else.
And listen, if the Philly, they will blow up. Who's starting for Washington? He's a right-hander. He stinks. It's
Miles Mikolas.
Miles Mikolas.
He's garbage.
Right.
He's garbage.
He's not garbage. Phillies will rake him tonight.
Yeah, they should. You would think this is a spot they could get.
Because they beat up they should have beat up Jake Irvin, but they'll beat up Mikolas tonight. I'm sure of.
I agree with that 100%.
You got a feel for Blue Jays. I'm thinking Blue Jays today. You got a feel for Blue Jays Cubs?
Well, it's interesting. Cease has been absolutely phenomenal. Love the way he's pitching. But believe it or not, since they got David Peterson, and I'll just bring this up for you real quick, VG, he's actually pitched shockingly, like very well, because like he did not pitch well for the Mets. But like since he got to the Cubs, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. So 5, 11, 18, 20, 24 innings, only allowed 3 runs. I mean, I'd be on that
now,
side.
there's one thing. The wind was blowing in on a couple of his starts in a big way.
Well, yeah, I understand that. But still, like, he still had to do it, and he just has. But look, I'd be on the Dylan Cease side. It'd be an easy side for me. Would be Dylan Cease. But just because this guy's actually pitched annoyingly well for 5 starts in a row gives me a little hesitation. But that was the second game.
And to your point, the Blue Jays
that was the
lineup
game I came closest to doing that I didn't do. I came very close to doing that. I just couldn't quite pull the trigger.
Yeah. Brain, we love you, and then we'll do backs.
Appreciate you both.
Win totals. Busy August. We're gonna have some fun.
Absolutely.
All right.
Be good, guys. Appreciate you both.
You're the best. Brain. All right. Let's take a quick TO and a little wrap up on a quick. I don't know. The show flew by today.
Pretty good, man.
I don't like doing just 2 hours. Can I be honest with you? I feel poor Jules. I torture Julia. Not you. I don't feel bad for you. Julia, I feel bad for.
I feel bad. I feel terrible for Julia.
All right, let's talk about our friends. Hey, let's talk about Rothman, because whether you're grinding through the rec league playoffs, chasing your kids around the backfields, or just feel the aftermath of a workout. I was complaining to VG today.
Oh, the arms.
Ah, man. I was like, oh, man, I'm sore. But I'm trying to keep up with Anthony. And I'm like, ugh, I got that lactic acid. PHLY Sports Trust Rothman, because several of our hosts, like VG and myself, have been through the Rothman patient journey. We've come out stronger. Need expert care? This is where we go. RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY. Use the fast scheduler to connect with Rothman's VIP scheduling team. They're going to match you with the right specialist, right? For your injury, so you're not wasting time guessing. Also, Rothman now gives you immediate virtual access. Check it out. Like, I just did something. I can check it out right now virtually. Don't push through the pain. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY and get back to doing what you love.
Elkin Chevrolet, run by 3 brothers, real brothers, local guys, great guys. And right now, they're lining up deals that are very hard to beat. They got a huge inventory of Chevy trucks and SUVs, everything people actually want to drive. Equinoxes, Trailblazers, Tahoe Suburban, Silverados. And the prices, well, they're going to move fast. If you've been thinking about it, now's the time. Whether it's getting to a game, getting to work, or just getting out of town for a bit to maybe watch the Sixers or Flyers play, you'll drive off in the perfect ride at the perfect price. And here's the thing. This isn't just a one-and-done kind of place. These are the guys you go back to again and again because they treat you right. No runaround, no games, no haggling, no hassles, just real people, real deals. Elkin Chevrolet, real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service going on. Super easy to get there. Route 73 South in Marlton. Elkin Chevrolet.
Elkins
Chevrolet. Together, let's ride.
All right. Well,
we got
Ospreys coming up.
We got an event coming up.
I'm very excited for the Ospreys.
Football related.
Our own Bo Wolf.
Oh, this is his thing, man. He works all year on this. It's at the Fittler Club, August 26th, 7 p.m. Join us for the annual award show with special guests. It's a really good time. It's funny. It's entertaining. Bo just shines.
It's
like Bo's variety hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's exactly what he is. I keep saying he's a 1970s variety show host.
Yes. With like one of those,
Jules.
Like one of those tuxedos with the ruffled shirts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blue, light blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, totally.
That's terrible.
Totally.
Yeah, it's the truth. Check it out. The Ospreys are a blast. Come and hang out with all of us at the Ospreys.
I want to leave you with an image today.
All right.
Tyrese put it out this morning on his Instagram stories. He kind of like calling out LeBron a little bit.
Little bro? Calling out big bro?
I guess they must be, he's like, I know I'm ahead of y'all now, but make sure y'all check in. And he tags it at 6:15 a.m. He's at the gym. Tag King James, Chris Johnson. He's like, where y'all at? 6:15 a.m. Here I am. Let's go.
That's beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful.
Where's Joe? Joel's is a pizza box. He's got a nightcap on. He's all tucked in. Maybe a stuffed animal. Sleeping.
Oh, you're right. All right, everybody. We love you. Have a great day. Jules rules. Chat.
Oh, yeah.
Good baseball discussion earlier, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. We love you. See you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.